Hello everyone, coming up tonight on Business Live, developing countries like Ghana challenge to generate more domestic revenue to fill financing gap that has hit economies due to COVID-19 and the Russia-Ukraine war. We'll hear from the second deputy governor of the Bank of Ghana. Also coming up, MPRA retrieves 7.8 million cedis from recalcitrant employers in 2021 as it steps up its game to ensure all employers contribute Tier 2 pension scheme for employees. Plus, high cost of price of LPG leads to an increase in demand for charcoal as an alternative for cooking.
The
gas is too expensive. Now you have to pay 160 or 70 cedis, and it doesn't last.
We'll have details of those stories and others coming up. Don't go anywhere. My name is Daryl Kwawu. First up tonight, the upstage in the price of liquefied petroleum gas, LPG, has led to an increase in demand for charcoal as an alternative for cooking. The continuous campaign against deforestation and free distribution of gas cylinders reduced the preference for charcoal as a source of cooking fuel in households. Prince Apia, however, reports people are returning to the use of charcoal and wood fuel.
Madam Gifty is about to cook. She's opting to use charcoal because she can't afford to fill her gas cylinder. According to her, a bag of charcoal is cheaper and lasts longer than the gas.
So the bidena na ko say gas is here way we feeling see when you 1.6 1.7 what you feeling bidena so dey meto tobo akusi one man na metin use more than
the gas is too expensive. Now you have to pay 160 or 70 cedis, and it doesn't last.
Ukraine, you see the gas no boy a dia my cemento. You see Ophelia, so now the NASA.
The rise and instability in the prices of LPG is a worry to consumers.
My gas is finished, so I have to use the charcoal.
The Forestry Commission says the surge in the demand for charcoal is a clear depletion of the vegetation cover. Augustine Kofi Jedu is the Ashanti Regional Manager.
Those who are illegally burning charcoal here and there, we want to caution them that it's not every tree that is supposed to be cut to burn charcoal. Yes, so they need to obtain permit from the nearest forest office before they do that. A lot of families, households have turned to charcoal production, and that one is also affecting the environment.
So in 2015, government distributed 50,000 free cylinders to rural communities in Ghana. It was part of government policy to increase access to LPG in these areas. But the rising cost of LPG in recent times is affecting the demand.
A bag of charcoal used to be 30 cedis, but it's now 40 cedis. So we also sell the bag at 45 cedis. Due to the price increase, we no longer sell it at 1 cedis.
According to the Forestry Commission, people are cutting down trees that are not meant for charcoal. To safeguard the forest, the Commission is distributing plants that can be used for commercial charcoal production.
So what Forestry Commission is doing now is to levy those trucks that carry charcoal. We have checkpoints at various locations, and we charge 80 pesos per mini bag of charcoal. So we count the number of bags in the truck, and then you pay something to the state. Apart from that, Forestry Commission mobilize those monies, and then they give it to us to raise nurseries. So as we talk now here in Asante region, we have such nurseries that we supply free seedlings to people to plant to protect the environment. So we want to urge charcoal producers to come together as a group or as groups in the various localities. Go to the nearest forestry office, we'll give you the seedlings free of charge to go and plant, so that when they mature, and they are very fast growing as well, when they mature, you can harvest them, and then they will copy it, you go and harvest again. If you do it in a large scale, you can even export if you so wish.
It is a growing concern that the rising demand for charcoal for cooking in recent times will pose a great danger to our already stressed forest. My name is Prince Apia, reporting from Kumasi.
And we have got reaction to this story. The LPG Marketers Association is charging government to remove some taxes on petroleum products to address the rising demand for charcoal. According to the Vice President of the association, Gabriel Kumi, the use of charcoal is not the way to go. He spoke on the marketplace.
Well, in the middle of last year, the LPG Marketing Companies Association, predicted that by the end of the year, into first quarter this year, we're going to buy LPG at about above 10 cedis, and that is what is really happening now. And obviously, if that happens, you are going to push a lot of people out of consumption of LPG. A lot of factors has contributed to this. Obviously, the rising price of crude oil is one of the major factors. But we have always believed that the taxes we put on LPG are so unnecessary. They are really the cost of the continuous hike in the LPG prices. And we believe that if these taxes are removed from LPG, we can go a long way to reduce the price of LPG, so we can save our forest. But what I just heard is Forestry Commission encouraging the burn of charcoal, because it more or less they are trying to legalize it by saying that, look, you can just come and pay a fine and continue cutting our trees for charcoal. I don't think that is the way to go. The best way out is for us to improve the use of LPG. And we have been calling on government to take serious measures to ensure that the use of LPG is improved in Ghana. Recently, government is spending so much money on tree planting. Look at the millions of cedis we are spending to plant trees. But we believe that these trees will not live to serve their purpose if we don't take cautious, if we don't work seriously at ensuring that we increase and improve the use of LPG in Ghana.
Now, the National Pensions Regulatory Authority, through its prosecutorial powers, has been able to achieve some 7.8 million cedis from 10 defaulting employers for the Tier 2 pension scheme. Deputy Chief Executive of the NPRA, David Tetiabe, who disclosed this at the 10-year anniversary launch of Enterprise Trustees in Accra, noted that the funds and the management have seen some significant growth. Here's more in this report.
Enterprise Trustees is one of the first to be licensed by the National Pension Regulatory Authority to manage Tier 2 pension funds in the country. According to the NPRA, although the contribution of Enterprise Trustees has been enormous in growing the industry, many employers are still not paying the contribution of their staff, hence the prosecution. This is part of moves by the regulator to get all employers to sign onto the pension schemes for their employees to enjoy pension and retirement benefits.
We have been granted prosecutorial powers by the Attorney General to prosecute defaulting Tier 2 contributors and participating employers. In 2021, the authority prosecuted 10 recalcitrant employers who defaulted in paying their Tier 2 contributions. A total of 7.8 million Ghana cedis was retrieved as a result of this exercise. In 2021, the NPRA instituted the National Pension Awareness Week to increase pension awareness and the need to contribute to secure one's retirement income. Again, we continue to hold informal sector activations in several areas in the country to promote education and sensitization about pensions.
Enterprise Trustees, after 10 years of operation, has about 6.2 billion cedis of assets under its management. Its managing director, Joseph Ampofu, assured that the trustee will do more to improve the quality of pensions.
We especially celebrate our customers for their loyalty over the years. We might not always get it right, but thank you for sticking with us as we work hard to improve our service delivery to you. Again, we appreciate your feedback and constructive criticism to us. We do not take it for granted. Because of our partnership with you, we currently have approximately 583,000 memberships on our books, have the privilege of managing over 6.2 billion in assets. Through our commitment to you to bring you the preferred advantage, we have settled various benefit payouts.
The theme for the anniversary is 10 years of trust, partnering to secure your future.
Now, the Minister for Trade and Industry, Alan Kyerematen, is calling on financial institutions to initiate schemes that will enable women entrepreneurs access significant yet affordable loans, highlighting some factors that could improve the economic well-being of businesswomen. The Minister stressed the need to include women in the national development agenda. Speaking at the Ghana Women Entrepreneurship Summit, Mr. Kyerematen urged women entrepreneurs to also build their capacity to enable them fully utilize the funds provided by financial institutions.
Given the inherent risks associated with the operations of MSMEs, such as their small size, financial inadequacy, and newness in the sector, female business owners in that space are likely to struggle more compared to their male counterparts. It is for this reason that the Minister for Trade and Industry, Alan Kyerematen, made a call to financial institutions to develop products to fund women-led businesses.
If we want to help women entrepreneurs to access credit in a more significant way, then we have to identify the challenge of not having the capacity to provide security to support the applications for loans. In this regard, the Deputy Governor for the Bank of Ghana is here. And I want the Bank of Ghana, together with our financial institutions, to initiate a program that will provide guarantee support for loans that go to women. Secondly, if the Bank of Ghana and the banks are going to depend on this guarantee scheme to support you to access more funding, then you need also to have the capacity to manage your businesses. Yes, money is important, but if you cannot manage your business, your business will fail and you cannot pay your loans.
Minister of Communication and Digitalization, Ursula Owusu-Ekuful, advised the women to include digital platforms in their marketing strategies.
About a year ago, I came across a young lady who was repackaging chewing sponge, sari. She buys it from the market, sanitizes it, breaks it into small packs, and packages it nightly for sale. And I put it on my Facebook page and encouraged people to buy it and chew it because of its benefits. I mean, we have the best teeth in the world. You know some of the comments that I got? Instead of focusing on my work as Minister for Communications, now I'm selling sari. But I did that because I think we can all, in our own small way, promote our local manufactured products and utilize them. I only use black soap shampoo for my hair and shea butter products for my skin as well. And I think it is absolutely essential that we use it. And I know that DEA is already doing it, but we need to use digital tools to expand our market.
At this year's Ghana Women Entrepreneurship Summit, organized by the Ghana Enterprise Agency and its partners, the We Rise Network was launched to create a support system for women in MSMEs. Here is Chief Executive of the Ghana Enterprise Agency, Kosi Yankee Aye.
In 2018, when we began this journey, we had no idea where it would take us. But one thing was clear: we wanted to support Ghanaian women entrepreneurs together. And why was this so important to GEA? To better understand their needs and for us to find ways to support them as the apex MSME government agency in Ghana. The theme of the Maiden Summit was From Voices to Actions, and it resonated well with all the participants then and brought along with it the need to set up a women's entrepreneurs network. Today, as we open the third biennial summit, the journey has not been without its own challenges. However, what I have learned is that although the journey has not been easy, it has been fruitful.
All right, you're watching Business Live. Still to come, reactions to Elon Musk taking over Twitter. We've got that story for you after this break. All right, welcome back to Business Live. Now, Elon Musk has been warned he must protect Twitter users from harmful content after he struck a $44 billion deal to buy the social media giant. The billionaire vowed to relax content restrictions, sparking fears from human rights groups. It could lead to a rise in bullying and misinformation. The European Commission also warned Mr. Musk that he must protect users. Meanwhile, there have been varied reactions to Musk's takeover of Twitter. Earlier, Charles Aite spoke to blogger Amiel Deborah.
As users, we want the best. And if the direction that Elon says he's going really materialize, then I'm sure that we're going to get a lot more out of Twitter. So I'm excited. I'm looking forward to what these changes would mean in terms of content creation, in terms of usability, the interfacing, what other developers can plug into the system and benefit from it and all of that. So I'm looking forward to that. I don't want to jump the gun. I think at the moment it's still early. We don't really know what really the motives are and also what clear-cut agenda he has to uplift it from what it is now to what he wants to become. But as somebody who has always plugged into social media to spread my content, to engage and build some sort of influence, I want that to continue and perhaps get a bit more amplified. Talking about algorithm and all of that, everybody wants to be seen, and the more these places become so populated, and you see that your reach is reducing. But if there comes a proper way where content and information gets trickled down to everybody based on their point of need, more than what everybody else is seeing, perhaps, I think it will help us. And for those who are in different spaces, whether you're doing business, tech, whatever, you want whatever you're doing to reach a certain community of people that have a need for what you do. So enriching that experience, I think, is one of the best ways that users on platforms such as Twitter can benefit, whatever the agenda is.
Well, today is World Intellectual Property Day, and the youth is being urged to pay particular attention to intellectual property to protect ideas, creativity, and monetize skills. According to Sarah Nokwanku, the lack of intellectual property reduces the value of one's idea as well as affect investor confidence. Mrs. Anku said this at the launch of her book, Monetizing Your Creativity and Innovation, an Introduction to Intellectual Property.
6 is marked as World Intellectual Property Day. The event was established by the World Intellectual Property Organization in the year 2000 to raise awareness on patents, copyright, trademarks, and designs. To mark this year's celebration, Sarah Noko Anku outdoored her book, Monetizing Your Creativity and Innovation, an introduction to intellectual property.
The book talks about these ideas and how you can create ideas that can fetch you something in the future. Ideas that are original to you, that will meet the requirements of protection, because you need the protection in order to add that value to what you have. Because without the protection, anybody at all can compete with you. The ideas will be stolen. You cannot make anything out of it and it will end up on the shelf. But when you have all these ideas protected, then of course you will have something of value to kind of encourage investors. So I believe that if we encourage people, we introduce people to intellectual property in a manner that they would really appreciate, they will really understand, they would use that to their benefit. We'll create more jobs.
Deputy Minister for Tourism, Arts and Culture, Mark Okreku-Mante, joined the call of admonishing the youth to take advantage of steering their law career paths into intellectual property as the world has now gone digital.
In my younger days again, at Kwame Nkrumah Circle, I saw someone playing Das Benjamin's Kokoko. So I went close and said, you know, around Circle, and Fabrofu Niagro or Yakapi. So I tell you, no. But now and I say, I me try movie. Say what can I say? Me record your movie, be so open. I said, but you are infringing on somebody's right. I said, me no. And so it is important that we start from the roots, which is not myself, Odelia, or IGP's rep. It is the ones in blue and white. So that when you become lawyers, you don't just go and do land and the rest. Some of you should do IP, so that we can change the story. Whether we like it or not, the next phase of life is in that area because of the phones, because of technology.
Also present was former Attorney General Betty Mould Idrisu. This is what she had to say.
IP is it is the wave which keeps our world going and making us a better place. It is the wave which brings about the new things in life, and it makes the world a better place. And those who share with the world their intellectual creativity, whether it's in patents, or in trademarks, or in industrial designs, or in textile designs, or in drumming and dancing.
This year's World Intellectual Property Day was themed Intellectual Property and the Youth, Innovating for a Better Future.
Now, our top story tonight, the second Deputy Governor of the Bank of Ghana, Elsie Ado-Awaji, has reiterated the need for developing countries like Ghana to generate more domestic revenue to fill the financing gap that has hit economies around the world due to the COVID-19 pandemic and the Russia-Ukraine war. Well, joining me to tell us more from the Money Summit organized by the Business and Financial Times, where the second Deputy Governor spoke, is Joy Business Assistant Editor Lawrence Segbefia. What more did she have to say, Lawrence?
All right, Daryl. So according to the second Deputy Governor, what she was trying to put across is that with recent happenings in the world, countries would have to now develop innovative schemes to improve their domestic revenue. And she was saying that this is the only way that West African countries can develop themselves and then get enough revenue to push their development agenda. The theme of the summit itself was also hinged on intra-trade and investment. And she was saying that it is time for African countries to also interconnect and trade using the African Continental Free Trade Area. And she was saying that if African countries had harnessed the advantages of the AFTA, what is happening currently now in the world, where African countries are suffering and relying on Europe for farm inputs such as fertilizer and all that, wouldn't have hit us hard because African countries would have been trading among themselves and would have been able to import and export these goods on the continent. All right, Lawrence, thank you so much for that update. And that's how we end our Business Live tonight. Thanks for watching, everyone. More news on our website, myjoyonline.com/business. We will be back same time tomorrow.